Welcome back to SM2 Basics. This is Part 6, Testing for Relevance and Volume. We have created and run our initial test search, but we probably aren't going to see a high percentage of relevant results yet. In this next iterative phase, we will show how to gradually refine the search to better meet the needs of the project. When the test search is completed, you should spend some time reading through the results set. The View Results page is where you can look at your results set. We will show how to use the View Results page in SM2 in a later video. For now, though, let's look at what we will be doing conceptually. Our main question at this point is, how good are the results from our search? How many are relevant to our main objective? This result appears to be a review of your product. We will count it as relevant. But this result looks like an advertisement. The relevance percentage represents how many of the results in the test search are relevant to the main objective. Keep track of this as you review the results. So far, we think 1 of 3 results are relevant, so the relevance percentage stands at 33%. Don't worry if you see a large number of posts that are not relevant. Social media search is as much an art as a science, and even the best searches will return many irrelevant results. In the testing phase, 50% is a good percentage to aim for. Look for words or phrases that you can exclude from your search to increase the relevance percentage. Keep in mind that this slide is for demonstration purposes only. In your actual search project, it is much better to make use of SM2's reporting and filtering features than by reading results one at a time. An important concept in crafting your search is balancing volume against relevance. Volume refers to the sheer number of results returned by a search, and relevance percentage is what fraction of those results are relevant to your main objective. Of course, you want your relevance percentage to be as high as possible, and at the same time, the more volume of results are returned, the better. In reality, however, the larger the volume of results, the lower the relevance percentage. So crafting searches in SM2 always involves balancing volume against relevance. Using our example, searching on simply tennis shoe will return a very large result set, but the number of results relevant to the Acme Super Shoe will be quite small. On the other hand, if your search is extremely specific, perhaps listing a model of shoe by name and narrowing further with includes, your relevance will be higher, but you may not receive a useful volume of results. This is a balancing act, and only through trial and error, that is, by running and evaluating multiple test searches, can you receive a good balance between volume and relevance. It is important to not worry about achieving a 100% relevance percentage. Since your objective is to discover aggregated trends in the social media landscape, it is really only necessary to get good enough relevance in your result set to determine those trends. To illustrate this concept, pretend that each pixel in this image represents a single result in a completely random sampling of social media conversations. As this result set is random, no specific trend relative to your objective can be discerned, so its relevance percentage is near 0. In this image, 20% of the pixels are from a photograph, and the rest are still random. Even though the image is only 20% relevant, some shapes are already becoming apparent. At 50% relevance, it is quite clear what the image is. Notice how you did not need every pixel in the image to be relevant to the photograph. This is true with SM2 searches as well. Your goal in an SM2 search project is only to make out the general sentiments, and it is not practical or necessary to achieve 100% relevance. An ideal goal for an SM2 search project is about 80% relevance, which should give you an unequivocal picture, though sometimes 80% may just not be achievable. To continue this metaphor, Even at a high relevance percentage, it is much easier to make out social media trends among the entire set than it is by examining a small fraction of it. Again, make liberal use of SM2's reporting and filtering features to gain insight from your entire result set, and don't try to rely too much on reading individual posts one at a time. So, from examining the result set, we have discovered that there are numerous irrelevant results we do not want returned, specifically press releases and ads with the phrase "Order Today." We will now edit our search string to exclude results containing these phrases. The first step is to simply add the excluded phrase to your search string. Return to the search setup screen for your search and add your excluded phrases. Preceding a keyword with a minus sign is the same as using the not operator, which indicates that the term should be excluded. Save your edited search. Editing the search string is only the first step in rerunning the search, however. This grid represents all the results that have been returned for your search so far. But we know there are numerous irrelevant results we do not want included, some of which contain the phrases we have decided to exclude. Our result volume is relatively high, but relevance percentage is still too low. However, even though the search string has been edited with new excludes, SM2 will not retroactively remove any results that have already been returned. Without performing 2 additional steps, your edited search would only apply moving forward. In order to rerun the same search retroactively, you must first select Clear Results. This will create a job in SM2 that will remove the result set. After the Clear Results job is completed, then you rerun your edited search over the same date range by selecting Run Historical. This time, since you have excluded Order Today and Press Release, results containing those strings will not be retrieved, causing your volume of results to be lower, but your relevance percentage to be higher. In review, the process for testing a search is iterative. First, you run a search, preferably with a small date range to save time, then analyze the results to determine the relevance percentage. Identify how irrelevant results can be eliminated by adding includes, excludes, or blacklist sites. It is also a good idea to always keep your spreadsheet updated with any new keywords. Then adjust your SM2 search string accordingly and rerun the search, remembering to clear results and run historical. This process can be cycled through as many times as necessary with the aim of increasing the relevance percentage while maintaining a useful volume of results. Although a relevance percentage of 80% is a good goal to aim for, it probably won't be achieved through this process. A good deal of further data cleaning will need to take place after your full search is completed. In the next video, we will run the full production search.